And we are in here. Let us cook versus Sangal Esports. And well, I think we just have to take a moment here, Alan, now that we're live on broadcast. UKCS, it's coming home, man.
I mean, I'm genuinely
you.
speechless. I'm not often speechless, but can you believe it?
You're not familiar with what's happened? Into the Breach has just made the champion stage at a major. BCSA is working, boys, but let's see if Sangal can get anything working here because they have been dismantled early on in this round. It's all on to QB.
I believe
Let Us Cook wins this round.
I believe before this major, 3 players ever had made a major for the UK.
And one of them at least was on an NA team, Def.
Yeah, one of them was Def. I think Def was the only one that's played in the playoffs, I believe.
Was Surreal on that team when Complexity made a major?
No, I don't think so. I
right?
believe it's Smooya, Def, and Mezzy before this one.
That makes sense.
But we've done it.
Well,
we've done it.
Get a few more. 3 more in there. QB. What do you got for us? Not much. 35 seconds. Takes the time to reload. Knows where 2 players are at least. But unless they give him a fight, there's really not a whole lot that can be done here. And he knows it's a matter of time. He got 2 out of that. Not quite sure that was some brilliant shooting. But yeah, still going to be the round for Let Us Cook. I mean, at this point, I think Crucial is British, right? He gets his
He certainly has
if
played
he hasn't
long
already.
Enough. He probably could apply for some sort of citizenship at this point.
I think at this point he's in line for the crown.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well. You're just in the royal family at this point. They need some replacements anyway, and
get this man a nice cup of tea and get him in there. You know, get some.
We'll take Rowland as well. He can.
Look, Thomas can fill in for Harry. You know, just swap him in there in a military uniform. You never know the difference.
Yeah, and he's got the same track record of vices and the whole lot. Of course.
All's forgiven. He just made the champion stage of a major. Let Us Cook.
Thomas has also been to a back alley behind a pub, so that's a good reference. I respect myself.
All right. All right. Let's button it up here. Clean conversion on the second round here for Let Us Cook. Let's see what I got. I'm curious about Sound and Blitz within this roster. They're players that I'm really not very familiar with.
Do they play for what the heck was that team? One Tap? The quite Romanian team. I don't remember the name of it.
Let's see.
I have to look this up.
I couldn't tell you, but they are both Romanian players. That seems been seeing a little bit of explosive growth in terms of talent coming out of the region.
I believe Volt is also part Romanian. That's another one. Just made a major playoffs. No, you play for Nexus. Okay.
For damage here, there's a chance at a bomb plant. It's looking likely even. Unless Blitz can take this ground, leaving himself a bit overexposed, but he's still going to be able to deny the bomb plant. Bit hasty on it. The recovery is now on, and with that kill, it should be fine. So actually, good on him, sacrificing himself to avoid the bomb plant, keeping that money out of their hands. Now it just becomes a question of whether Kory can find any damage, and the answer is a resounding no.
Well, it was a full eco, basically. So it was already quite a result, but they'd be disappointed not to get a bomb plant after doing that much damage. Either way, rifles to follow. As mentioned, Fozy was a pretty sizable part of the T-side nation, so I'm intrigued. Is PANIX going to be a centerpiece? Are they going to be more focusing on the strats, and he just throws the nades? What is the plan here, PANIX? Tell us.
Give us the secrets. T-side opping on Ancient as well, I feel like they're very different. There are some teams that just avoid it entirely, play 5 rifles on the T side, which I feel like, I don't know. Personally, I find a little bit more effective. Just because getting into those sites with the op is tough. Mid fight's nice, but I mean, even getting around these choke points where you see, Kory's gotten outworked himself into the corner, that's even tough to make work with an op.
Yeah, it tends to be the case on most maps that you kind of, if you're buying an AWP, you're going to do it for a reason. It looks like the reason in this round, it's going to be a contact play. Friend doesn't actually see him go wide. This is really awkward. A jump. Bit of a Mexican standoff. We'll see who walks into the other crosshair first. Oh, the timing. That was almost a kill.
Almost was. Big kill on for Soulfly. Now he's got all this ground. And I mean, the money is in such a place where you can give it a look, friend, but nah, yeah. Certainly now they need to be getting away. Sound might try and recover the ult, but that's going to be punishing. Now they're just down to 2 bodies, one of which has an MP9. So tough sledding here. Kory saw Blitz. And Blitz is chasing this frag. Which, yeah, they won't expect him to have come out, but now he needs to withdraw.
Keeping the guns alive is so important.
Snacks wants some damage. I guess with the MP9 makes sense, but he's just going to put himself in such a tough situation. A little bit of an overfight here, over face, and, well, now, Sangal are going to be on the board, and it's a heck of a way to take your first round.
Yeah, they just prioritized mid and A so much, didn't they? Retake B, sat all the way back from Friend, but he didn't really have an angle. Couldn't really take a fight. And was it QB that one of the guys walked all the way out cave and just had the whole site. ByAli gets blindsided, so
Soulfly,
a little bit too passive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed. I mean, very far back, right? It's one of the push pulls of Ancient that's very tough to figure out. Is where do you go aggressive and where do you go passive to compensate for the aggression, right? Maybe need to find that balance, but definitely leaving gaps open towards that B side. I don't even think I mean, to me, the issue wasn't even leaving that gap open. It was then trying to fight back in. If you're going to commit to that kind of a gamble, that kind of a risk, you've got to live with the consequences and you've got to be ready to accept them. Otherwise, you just get yourself into a situation where you're just so stuck.
Yeah, I think even Friend there, the player that was on the site, could have pulled the ripcord immediately because that you could just see. You've given the whole bomb site, it swarmed, your man deficit, your rotator so far off, and that round was over. So yeah. They need to think a bit about this B-bomb site because it's been hammered a couple times.
It has indeed. It has indeed. But we'll see what they do. I'm curious to see. There might be an op in this one. I'm curious to see if they prioritize the op onto Friend, because that is one of the things that you can do to compensate. You know, he was shifting around a little bit, but if you just post him a little bit more stably over towards that B ramp, and then you set up players in cave, it gives you much more of an opportunity to do something with that AWP. But no cave presence, certainly not gonna be a winning formula here. We should be hopping in just a moment again. Thank you for bearing with us here while we sort some stuff out. But who are you looking for over on that Lettuce Cook side? Who's your key here, Alan?
It's hard to look at this lineup and not say Snacks, isn't it? Because
yeah,
Snacks for a lot of people is still ready to play for a top team. There's a lot of worlds where he is on ends, and they said as much. They said that after he stood in for that Dallas run, there was an opportunity to get Snacks. He wasn't on a big team at that point, so Snacks could be on a top 15, top 10 lineup right now. Hasn't played out like that. Quite honestly, it feels like this is just a stopgap, let's be honest, until he gets back onto a more established team, let's say. So I don't really know what to make of Snacks in this team. Is he fully motivated? Is this his chance just to put himself in the supermarket window and just prove that he can still play well? I'm not really sure where Snacks is at, because he is of a higher caliber than the team he's playing in right now.
Yeah, one would expect. But I think he talked about it. I remember listening to him on the live HLTV Confirmed in Cattle, where he was talking about the fact that there had been some offers, but they hadn't necessarily been basically attractive enough to lure him away from sort of this project of trying to make a Polish team, trying to make something within it. And also it was a situation where he's at a point in his career where he wants to play what he wants to play, and he doesn't necessarily want to have to sacrifice roles or positioning for the team. Which is something that he felt that he was doing too much in some previous rosters. So, I don't know. It's an interesting one. Interesting one for sure. We're back into the game, back into the action, back into the fun here. And for Sangal, a prime opportunity to break the economy early. Really set themselves up for a nice HGT side. We got aggression out of Donut. So we're wondering where that push-pull was going to be. We do have Blitz compensating in towards cave, but there's no presence on the B side proper. That's the opening that they've left. And eventually, presumably, Snacks is going to have to adjust over to reinforce, especially as Kory gets the opener here in towards mid. Now they're in a lot of trouble. Blitz being pushed out by that Molotov. Pressure on to B. Sangal just went around this corner. Oh, what they would find.
Quite content, though, just to be passive. LuCbyali do actually win mid control, but it's at a pretty heavy toll. And Sangal just decide, let's give this B control. We showed a bit of presence. They're going to regroup in towards T-spawn just here. Oh, we got free smokes, flashes, Molotovs. An A hit seems pretty likely right now. So mid-nade is just to add a bit of presence. And if you let us cook, your best chance in this round is reacting B as soon as possible. But for the moment, it's looking real static.
Nice shot for sound. Ripper on that one. Is that going to stall them out? No, certainly not. 24 seconds. They have to go. There are no choices. And friend, that's a sitter that he missed. Big opportunity. Missed the third shot. That's just never going to work. Fortunately for him, PANIX will show him how it's done. Put his teammate down in the process of getting that frag. And they've left Donut open, so they're just going to lose this on time. There's nothing that they can do about it. They can't plant the bomb. Everything about that take went well for Sangal, except for the part where PANIX put his teammate down. And then they just had no cover for Donut. Left themselves no time to spare. Oh, what a blunder.
A little bit bizarre, wasn't it? Man advantage for Sangal. They go in. The spacing was horrid as they went in at first. The PANIX... sorry, not PANIX. Friend should have killed the first guy. And there was no chance of a trade.
Two of them.
Yeah, the second guy as well when he peeked left. It was all a bit bizarre. Did Sangal not have a molly for the sight box? I mean, that would have helped. PANIX is going to sit in that Molotov, 22 HP. I don't know. It's looking a bit funky here for Sangal. I'd expect them to be the more cohesive team in this sort of matchup.
Prime missed opportunity there. They're kicking themselves for that one. Really are. I mean, how often do you hit the site that the Opera is holding and just get that wide open of an opportunity? Friend, though, thanking his lucky stars that didn't cost them, gets a do-over, gets another chance to settle in here, dial in the scope. You know, he just didn't have the sight zeroed properly there. Ooh, Blitz needs to get a lot of things dialed in properly, otherwise he is going to be zeroed in this one. Another missed chance for Friend here.
Perhaps as a friend, Mike, he's a conscientious objector. He will not take place.
He's actually
he will not take place in these gunfights.
He's just shooting warning shots constantly, trying to chase them back. It's our own Counter-Strike Hacksaw Ridge.
Indeed. Full retake on B here. Was last time it didn't go so well. Snacks is up close. Is LuCbyali ready going to come through the smoke? Mid player is picked up. Bomb seems to be planted. And there is a Molotov. They're going to fight before it. 2 kills for Sangal. Spread across the site. This is a messy retake, and they need to use their nades perfectly on this Let Us Cook side.
They got the man advantage. That's really good. Covers off the AWP. Now it's just about PANIX, and he doesn't have the lineup necessarily. They're going to get on the bomb. And he's already given it away. He's told them exactly what he's doing. He's going to save this. Has no interest in going for the retake, so it is going to be another round up for Let Us Cook.
Didn't we have the nades there, Sangal? You kind of want to take the site and then fight for that back lane control, but they didn't really have Molotovs or flashes or smoke to speak of, so it's ever so difficult. Perhaps they were a little slow on getting the bomb down. It felt like gunfights started happening before they could really set up their after plant as well. Maybe a pause is needed for Sangal just to kind of calm down, settle the nerves, whatever, get on the same page, because it's like a little bit janky. Go on their map, make a pause, I think.
It's a bit odd of a situation. Soulfly getting pinched between two players, caught by Snacks there in towards mid. Now you've got this weird spot for Kory, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it. So all of this control, all of this spacing, the man advantage, and it's just dissolved before our very eyes. Looks like tissue paper that got wet, you know? It looked solid for a moment, and then it just all come apart. So let's see what ScrunK's got for us. Sangal. It feels like... Okay. It feels like, you know that meme where it's step 1, blank, step 2, blank, step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark, step 4, profit?
Yes.
Feels like they've got step 1 and 2. They have no idea what to be doing in the question mark, question mark, question mark, and they're definitely not profiting in these rounds.
No. Well, that would look great, didn't it? Because they 2-for-1 trade in mid. They have all these players ready to go on B. They lurk, it was Kory, wasn't it? All the way out into the red room. And it's a good idea. I mean, you got Kory advanced. He's cutting off the rotates. You got the rest of your team on B. And, of course, we were mainly focusing on that red room duel. But whatever's going on with those B players could never get any ground for free. Must have been taking pretty bad duels just to never have a trade. Been an odd half. I mean, the last gun round, Sangal had a man advantage before they went on to A, and it really crumbled. So it's not like Sangal aren't getting themselves, as you're saying, into good positions early on. It's these mid and late rounds have just been tragic, honestly, to put it lightly. And LuCbyali, they're so happy to play retake on these sites. They're just so comfortable.
We're going to 5-man play towards B here initially off the rip with this limited weaponry. There's utility to answer them, though, so this gets slowed up a bit, but Blitz is going to be under pressure once the smoke fades. He's got another smoke he could put up, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the choice at this point. His gun's drawn, and it's 3 found! All right, way to answer the call there, Blitz. Having a monstrous game here from Cave. We'll get overwhelmed fumbling with the reload, but Kory makes this a little bit more interesting. Fast flank from window. So it's friend they have to tango with. It's contained right now for LuCbyali. They're going to trust the AWP. And he's going to reward that trust. Nicely done from friend. Puts it on the Kory. 1v3 and not even a chance there for Kory. Huge round for Blitz. This guy is locking it down.
Yeah, we've barely seen LuCbyali and Snipes get engaged yet. Beautiful Blitz. This is a scary half for Sangal. And we said it going into the matchup, as much as Ancient, if we're talking over the history of this core of players, it's doing an excellent map. It has not been kind to them in the last few months. And I'm starting to wonder if they've just made a big mistake in this Vita. They had other options. And Ancient on this T side, a map they knew they were going to play, a map they somewhat could prepare for and think about these T approaches. Wow, it's just been a disaster. And look at this round, trying to AD fault. Friend gets the first, players falling back. Disrupted again in Sangal.
I mean, it is their pick, right? This is their map. They just do seem to come apart at the seams. Under pressure. Chance here for Kory. Fake flashing off the pistol. They've lost their A-main lurk, who just walked out. Just walked out. Didn't anticipate Sound being aggressive. I guess seeing 2 in towards mid. Maybe he thought that was the A player come off. Now Soulfly and ScrunK have actually pushed all the way through B site. They weren't content with the flame. I know they need to start winning rounds, and that's a big kill on the friend. Takes down the AWP. Still at a man disadvantage. This Molotov's the right read. ScrunK does commit to it. So the bomb's going to go down. It's a decent position in the post plant. They can make this work. Sound is long on the rotation. That's going to stall out LuCbyali. It might burn the utility from Sangal just for this stall out. Actually, Blitz is nothing. Woo! When he is deleted. Chance missed there for Sound. Now this fight's going to be tougher. They just got the player back in the corner. Nade will help with this, but ScrunK's so very ready. They needed someone to step up. And ScrunK has delivered. Snap to commit to the risky defuse, and Soulfly will be happy to escort him out of the round.
Great round from ScrunK. I enjoyed that. A lot done. And Mr. Snacks left alone. He didn't have a chance in whatever, catchphrase you want to throw in there. No chances. No chance. player behind back lanes, one all the way down the ramp. Completely impossible to win that one. And Let Us Cook. I didn't realize their money was this low. They were on a massive win streak. But we're already on MP9. Sound has barely any cash in reserve. Biali can fall by. Sangal are still in this half.
Yeah, they are. They certainly are. And I mean, when you consider how many rounds they've had early advantages in, or positioning advantages, it does feel like, again, they are just that one step, that question mark step away from turning this into profit. So if they can crack through in this round, suddenly the opportunity is there. What do you have for Let Us Cook? This kind of limited weaponry, you'd expect a more aggressive play. They have the utility to go for that mid fight if they want to dump in towards elbow. 2 players here. Looks like it could be the case. Still, he's a bit misplaced, but that actually does set up Kory to die. He thought he'd found the gap. He thought he found the opportunity to exploit, but no. This may be intentional. And now a fight around elbow. That's where you control the bomb. Can't be losing that, but Friend, again, just cannot win the fight to hold the site. And so he is dismantled on A. A bomb plant should be going down, and this could just turn into a save. The money is putrid. But with that kill, never mind. Let Us Cook are right back in. They're right engaged, and LuCbyali's going to follow it up, dropping the bomb in the process. So you've got Soulfly on the other side of the dang map. And QB in the meanwhile has to try and work this through. That was ambitious, to say the least, from Blitz, and QB doesn't need no teammate. He's getting it all done himself. Sound's position's not known. But likewise, he's very paranoid that he's getting wrapped upon.
The bomb is still down in A main.
That's what he's just going to babysit.
Yeah,
Right?
these guys have to cross the line. They've got these free flashes.
Now, they could just go through.
I wish Sound stayed over on the AWP and just posted. He's just so scared to get
worried
wrapped.
about the wrap. How can you blame him for it? Now he knows he's got the opportunity. They have to cross back over, but he's revealed his position. He gave it away, and he's still so paranoid about that flank coming in. So they will cross the bomb. They will try and plant this down, and Sound still nervous. Now going to make his step out, and Soulfly was waiting for that the entire time. So, what a recovery there for Sangal. QB stepping up massive.
In a half as well, where, of course, for a lot of these rounds, their after plants, their 2-on-2s, their 3-on-3s looked like a bit of a mess. They've really got it together in these last couple. Of course, QB in that one is the main man. Big man on campers. But, yeah, they're back in this half. Money snaps. Let Us Cook. This buy is non-existent. They're going to save this one. They're buying the next. It's not going to be good either because they're on such a low loss bonus. I am feeling a lot happier about Sangal. Into the breaches in the quarters of a major, Mike.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Occasionally, that's just still occurring to me.
But what is happening?
Thomas is a major
I don't understand what's happening.
playoff contender.
I don't understand.
It's coming home now. It's coming home.
I don't understand. I don't.
Can't resist the magic of Cypher. Just can't resist. Well, it's a full stack off of the default pistols. Can't blame them.
I want a list of all the countries we have more representatives in the playoffs. Because it's going to be so egregious like Sweden or something's going to be in there.
East Timor.
Yes, I'm confident that one is the case.
Look, if NIP makes it, maybe not Sweden, but even then, I'm thinking about how many.
Who's the other
Swedes
Swedes? Who's the
got
others?
2. Might not be enough Swedes.
Let me do that. Let me run the numbers. Who's in playoffs? 0, 0, 0, 0. 1 on Gamer Legion.
Oh, okay. Then you've got 3 Swedes if NIP make it. Oh, wait. No, it's NIP or Gamer Legion, right?
Gamer Legion's in. It's Apex.
Apex.
Apex is
okay.
1. They have Nork.
So there you go. All right. It's either going to be 2 or 3, depending on the results of this match. I remember the right number of Swedes on NIP, right? Because you've got Alexei, Prolan, and Rez are the 2 Swedes. Who am I forgetting? Head Trick.
There are as many Brits as Americans in the major playoffs.
What? That's not true.
I think it is. It's 3 on Team
There's
Liquid, that's it.
4.
Who's the 4th?
What?
American, not North American.
Oh.
States.
Well, that's not how we do the region. That's not how we do this.
I'll be claiming Canada as a colony. So we will have this.
Sound. That's a nice opener there. But this is just the distraction. It's all about the B hit. In the meantime, this is going to be pressure onto Friend. Not necessarily been up to it, but this time with the rifle, we'll get one. A little bit belabored on the spray, but sets up snacks for more. The bomb plant is going down, but with Blitz on the flank, yes, it's only a matter of time before they realize, well, no one's here. It's the flank. The bomb's not even planted for ScrunK, so not quite sure what the point of that lurk was, but it will not work. The bomb will be defused, and 4 players will survive as LuCbyali look to get back on track.
That fake really wasn't the most effective in the end, was it? Because LuCbyali must have called the bluff so early for that flank to develop so far by the time the bomb was planted. Very much a rollercoaster half for Sangal. We've seen all the good, the bad, and the ugly of their T-side at Ancient so far. There's still potential here. They're still giving this money, very honest.
Here's a tweet for you. This is from Ben Woodward. He says, that was easily the biggest achievement by a UKCS team since Birmingham Salvo won the CGS in 2008.
Brilliant. I mean, I wasn't watching that then, so I can't even... It's not even a real reference point in my head, but... Yeah. We're back, baby.
You're back, baby. You know who else might be back? It's Sangal, as they are fighting kill after kill. Big frags for Kory here in towards mid, and they just keep trying to fight back in, and it's a disaster for LuCbyali. Just Friend remaining. Trying to find something with the AWP here, and they're just going to completely avoid him, of course. So it's about saving this op for Friend. Sangal set to find 5. And, I mean, set themselves up beautifully as well. The money is majorly depleted over on the LuCbyali side. You know, their initials kind of spell luck. They may need a lot of that to get back into this game. Nice shot for QB. Just a 1 tip to make sure that op doesn't make its way through.
They've done it. They broke the money. It's been a grind of a half from Sangal. But by virtue of keeping those early rounds so close, they've got themselves now into a place where 7 is a reasonable goal. This one, heavy eco, just some upgraded pistols. Bit of util on snacks, a couple flash bangs. Let's see where Shizu deploy those. He's going to line them up for mid. This players load up in donuts. And window. They're going to flash their way through. But the moment Sangal gets this information, it should be a red carpet onto B. They're losing some numbers, but I don't think it's going to avert the course of this round. They should just take B right now. They know who these players are. Take B. Please. Come on.
They don't
There we
agree
go.
with you.
They don't know.
But there's a smoke up out. The smokes are scary. I think they actually wanted to get the guns out of the way. I believe that was getting ferried around for ScrunK, throwing away the rifle, trying to avoid giving it up. But Blitz has been able to at least retrieve the one from window. LuCbyali's looking for the one here in the elbow, saying, hey, no fair. Where'd you hide it? I don't actually know where you can toss out of the map in this map. I guess just over the wall. Either way, it has worked. Blitz appears to be content with saving in this one. As makes a lot of sense. They're looking for guns. They're going to boost it up to try and find where he stashed it. I wasn't actually paying attention to where he threw it over the wall, so... Not quite sure.
I don't think they can recover it. Doesn't really matter if Sangal lose numbers. Next is last anyway. Just want to hand over another rifle.
Yeah.
It's the only fear. They get this AK down. Pretty good result, but...
There you go. Extra AK found. It's going to be tossed over just so LuCbyali can sprint on in, grab it.
LuCbyali can also drop an orb. Very nice. You want to go in that direction? As we get into round number 15.
That's exactly what Bialy does. Drops the up over so friend can have utility.
Blitz has cooled off a little. I think he was 12-3.
12 and 2, yeah, 12 and 3, yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Not like he's been bad, but he, not quite the same absolute tornado he was earlier. Destroying, wrecking house. Bialy gets one in mid. And Sangal are going to give that up fully. They're going to reroute. Doing any part of that control.
That's a really nice find for him. I mean, the damage, certainly, he doesn't know the damage he's got on PANIX as well, but just rebuffing that space early on if they get this kill on Kory. Kory's been such a nuisance for them in mid, and that's a big cleanup for Snacks. So now this B push, it's all they've got, and once again, ScrunK just gets caught trying to wander out on towards A. This A-lurk has been a weakness for Sangal, so the last round, at least, is starting to break the way of let us cook, and they need that. After how strong this half started, really do need to be taking at least a 9-6 out of this, and barring some theatrics from PANIX or Soulfly, they should be. That's an unfortunate opportunity given over. Bialy caught on the reposition. There are numbers here, but this could go bad. Blitz wants to make sure it doesn't. And now PANIX not trying to clear things quietly, but Blitz will eventually find the moment to strike and send us to the half.
up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, hurt you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than your rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
And we are live back into the action here. 6-9, the score line. Let us cook with a slim lead, but considering how well they started, this one is maybe a little bit disappointing for them. Sangal looking to kick things off with a bang in this pistol round. They got 4 on the right side. Seems like this hit is coming towards B, and they have red let us cook like they're a quick book. Let's see. They can do it by the book. Doesn't seem to be the case. Blitz bring a little bit too much spice to this recipe. But Snacks will get caught on the edge of smoke, so now they're rotating. Trying to slide in towards the donut. QB! A little bit of a fly in the ointment here. Leaves friend all on his lonesome without that which his name suggests. Truly has no friends remaining in this round. A bomb plant attempted here. PANIX creeping ever closer. The kill comes in, and even the plant denied for insult to injury.
Okay. Good round. Big hold in towards Donut. And they capitalize in the end. Let us cook. Not tempted into a... Oh, they are actually. If they're going to say Snacks is fully bought. Tent is obvious. It's quite a late investment here. So there can't be a massive plan in mind. They can work in this one out on the fly. Blitz is full nades. So maybe an opportunity to get frisky. 5 on towards B for Let Us Cook. Needless to say, they've got to fight harder into this direction. But that's not going to be the case. It's actually Sangal the one to control. Snacks gets a trade. And now it's getting frisky. There's a lot of space. There's a gun on the ground. A little bit nervy for Let Us Cook.
Long range engagement there, but Soulfly make the MP9 sing. I got the player pressed in the corner, but they overextend, and now, PANIX low. Has to back away. Sound is a little bit paranoid of the pinch coming in, but PANIX so low, this is very doable. 1v1, spots the player. Spots the player, but just goes for the out-and-out fighting against the rifle. That one's never going to be the ticket. So expensive, but Sangal cling to this round by their fingertips.
Yeah. It kind of felt like Sangal were relentlessly trying to fight there when maybe they didn't need to, because they went man advantages, they had information, and they just keep peeking from mid and from Jaguar, and never really getting a great fight out of it. Might think better of that next time. And actually, look at this. Let Us Cook. They had no bomb plant, but they knew they had a lot of frags on the board, and it's incentivized this buy. AK out on sound, nades, pistols in the mix. This could catch Sangal off guard.
Could do. Pressure here in towards cave. Soulfly backing away. He's forced out. The space has been taken. The ground has been claimed. Ah, missed opportunity there for Snacks. Couldn't connect with the Tech-9 at range. And now all that utility is starting to drab away.
Can only assume Snacks heard a reload or something. It looks like PANIX, the one under the ledge, was reloading, but he had a teammate, had some help. Sangal's repositioned. They know nobody's in mid. Move back into a 3B defense. Quick flash clear of ramp. Here's the real prong. It's going to be cave, and well, for the moment, kind of just sitting back in retake. This is not too bad for Let Us Cook. One good flashbang, and Soulfly is a dead man.
But he's not going to be. Instead, he smoked off. So hold on to this position. Bomb plant secured at least, and I mean, in the post plant, these pistols become a lot more effective. All tough to slow down this push around the bend. All 5 are coming from the same direction. Let Us Cook, don't have to worry about the post. There's still a Molotov. Where is that? That's on Blitz. Is there another smoke? There's not another smoke. This molly could actually end it. This molly could end it. Blitz, you gotta throw it. Oh no, Blitz is too committed. He's not gonna be able to throw the molly, and he's actually deleted, so that was the chance to confirm things. Meanwhile, they're stuck onto the defuse. Spam not gonna connect, and it should be A-okay. That dig is desperation, and while it will find further damage, it won't find the round. If Blitz just deploys that molly, I don't think there's a way to win it. I don't think there was a kit on them, Alan.
No, it didn't look great. I'd love a pause here from Let Us Cook, because as much as it's stinging to lose these rounds, they are so close to breaking this money. And look at their buy. It's perfectly good. Sound can just buy up AK armor. Mr. Sound. There we go. So yeah, Sangal winning these rounds, but it's anything but convincing. They have no loss bonus. QB 100 in the bank. Kory 350. They've got to be careful in these rounds. And it would do them a world of good if they just have a clean win. 3, 4, 5 alive. They'll be much happier.
PANIX. ScrunK openers here. Sound does have some questions, but it's still looking good for Sangal. And that smoke going down will make them feel a little bit more confident here. Let Us Cook have shown a pretty clear predilection towards this B site in the initial rounds. Seems like they're going to stick to that particular gun. Smoke in. I think that's a little shallow, so I think there's actually... Oh, no, it does cover off. Soulfly, the only one who can do anything about this, but with that kill, he sets it up nicely. Spotted the bomb, can call in teammates as well. Trade out continues. That's all on the sound. Will falter. Only 2 players survive. The money's not building yet for Sangal, but they are racking up the rounds.
A bomb plant and LuCbyali would buy. For sure. Friend goes for a hero orb. Okay. I admire the confidence. But you got to make use of it. It's obviously a colossal investment. And, well, let's stay on board with him because if he just dies without a frag or maybe even a save isn't the end of the world. If he just loses his orb for no value, it's a pretty questionable investment, I think.
It really is. And I mean, look, the numbers are all right. 14 and 11. Certainly the numbers are good. There's going to be the kill. All right, justifying it early on. Already got them an extra rifle. So we'll shelve our doubts for the moment.
There was no universe where ScrunK expected an AWP on that angle. No world. The Soulfly's fighting back. Flashbang from Kory is critical. But the shots are even better. And wow, what a cleanup.
Wow.
I can't believe it was almost that easy. That was
Yeah,
incredible.
I mean, that's Soulfly and a flashbang. That's all you need, right? A flash to take the AWP off the angle immediately, and then just Soulfly just annihilates everybody dancing around. That's brutal for LuCbyali. After you get that opener, after you recover the gun. The problem is they didn't seem like they knew what the next step was, right? I mean, they had the idea, set up the AWP on the angle, get a pick. He was originally going to go for a more aggressive fight, but the Molotov pushes him back. Well, then they get the pick. That's what they wanted. Where's step 2? They stall out, allow Soulfly to take the initiative. And have that next step figured out. Big round for LuCbyali. If you can't close here, this starts to become a serious problem.
Ooh.
LuCbyali knew someone was there.
Yeah, just saw a little bit of an outline, didn't he? But you're right. LuCbyali have done a lot of work, actually, in these early rounds to keep money low and make it compelling, but the last one was a little bit clean, a little bit too clean from the Sangal perspective. Sangal chooses to seed mid control. Freebie for them. Kyubi's just sitting back in donut, just jiggling, trying to have some information onto mid. And here's their reaction. They see the mid nades come in immediately. Soulfly down. Clears this deep B control. And that allows ScrunK to lean off. Sangal are doing a lot of work here to you know, get information and work the map and be in good positions. I like it.
Oh. Big kill there from Soulfly. Holds onto this B site. He's on an island, right? He knows this presence is here in towards mid. This is such a dangerous spot. This is really such a dangerous spot for him. He's negotiated it by sliding towards the back of the site instead, trying to avoid getting caught out, and then LuCbyali doesn't know where to take this mid presence. We've seen this. Oh, maybe a bit of an overextension for Soulfly. Could have waited for his team, perhaps. He did find damage. Now that's the overextension. That one's too bold. Takes it a step way too far. Now, do they really go for this? PANIX and QB, a lot on the line economically. They will give it an attempt, and there's one blitz. Seeming to secure things. PANIX at this point, he's out of time. He already made his choice. He's got to back away. It's going to be posted to make sure that no one chases, but they will allow him to keep the AWP because LuCbyali get what they really wanted. They get the round. They had to win this round to keep this game competitive. They've done exactly that, Alan.
Certainly have. Where's this buy going to be at? It's really on the brink. Maybe they should pause Sangal because this is really, really a tough one to figure out. There it is. I don't know. I think there's a compelling arguments for saving or buying right now. If it's Michael, we're saving because we're on the stronger side. We'll see what they choose to go for.
I mean, even if you do save here, right, you can put a fair amount around it. You got the AWP, so if PANIX invests a little bit more, you can still keep enough money for an AWP and an X. You could put some upgraded pistols, some Ds on these players. We know they're dangerous with it.
Yeah,
You
it needs to
can
be a
get a
little.
D
It's only
armor on
1-9
QB.
loss. You need to be a little careful, but certainly. I mean, the main thing I'd like to see is maybe a couple flashbangs. This sort of thing. Something to just allow them to get frisky, or leave PANIX on one site and then flash play on the other. Something to make it a little bit more interesting.
Sound advancing forward. QB's here in A main. We're getting donut push. PANIX puts that up to great effect. There's the opener. That's exactly what you want when you've got the solo up. Find that first contact, get the kill, fade away, reposition. It's exactly what PANIX is doing. So they're going to try and disguise that op, shift it around the map as much as they can. Well, LuCbyali have holds of either periphery. They're now denied the middle. And actually, they're not going to shift the op around. They're just going to reposition it for this mid fight. Leave PANIX to secure this, and LuCbyali have to puzzle through this pretty quickly.
These mind games, though, because I think LuCbyali will probably expect that AWP to have moved. It was a shame for them they didn't have any players grouped. They would love to react off that information of where the AWP was, but they didn't have any players next to each other. It was a little bit nervy. PANIX has moved. Double cave, Soulfly tucked. 4 players, all the remaining ones for LuCbyali. And now over towards B. I'm not sure if ScrunK got a spot there. He puts down his Molotov. And actually, look at this, Mike Cube. He's pushing route through A. Kory soon will get alerted. There's nobody in mid. This is by no means a done deal for LuCbyali.
Oh, certainly not! Kill the PT-50 and PANIX is making that op sing! It's all in a friend. Stuck in a really tough spot. 15 seconds. She's gonna have to try and secure this. Soulfly could just pull him off the angle. It's Kory instead off the spam that does it. It's a race to recover the op, but they've done exactly that. There was the chance for LuCbyali, and it is 100% denied. They go into the blender. The op is there to meet them at every turn, and that round, that's all PANIX.
Squandered, I think is the word, isn't it? Oh, and Sango and a half, where they've struggled so much for economy, they win an eco, which is the best thing imaginable for your money, because you're already saving. Soulfly's money, PANIX's money, QB's money. If you're saving any guns, you can buy again in the next, regardless of what happens. It's LuCbyali. They'll have no cash in reserve. Full force buy for them. Awkward exchange, but somehow Biali comes out on top. And he's got full donor control. Sangal actually scrambling now to reposition. How did Biali not get a gun going into donut? Where did that go?
I don't know. QB with the lazy clears. Gonna set him up with an opportunity. Had no idea player had worked his way into the corner. Soulfly and PANIX with the recovery quickly. It's a prime opportunity, and there's still a big chance into this round. LuCbyali now starting to work their way in towards B. Means that pressure's gonna be on for Soulfly. PANIX shifting mid should be able to rotate to support this, and as ScrunK clears out mid and sees nothing, that's going to send alarm bells ringing. They're wary. PANIX wants to clear mid just to make sure there's not a player tucked to red room, but now they know. It's got to be B, and Soulfly's got the spot. He's got the shot on the first. A bomb plant might happen here. But actually, if Sound's battling this forward, that opportunity could be missed. They want the kill. They want the chance to win the round, but they're not going to be allowed that, and they may no longer be allowed the plant. No, not at all. What a recovery.
I think it was it ScrunK that pushed through donut? He's the real round winner, isn't he? Gets that information, gets in behind. There would have at least been a plant in that 2-on-3 if he wasn't flanking. Oh, and LuCbyali and them planting the last few rounds. They were planting. They could use their max loss bonus to repeat buy, and frustratingly out of reach is this T side for them. They're giving us a lot of chances, but unable to capitalize in late round. It's been all Sangal. All Sangal as of late in a match where they started off, had some real rough after plants early on their T side. I don't know what switch is flipped, but they are looking ever so composed when it goes to these chaotic scenarios now.
Just have a reminder for you, Alan. The UKCS team is in the playoffs of a major. The last major in CSGO.
It's not really sunk in yet, I think.
Wild. Truly wild. I expect you to be fully face and possibly body painted with the Union Jack in time for their
Tattooed, I think
quarterfinal.
you'll find.
Yeah, get the Breach logo tattooed across your chest.
I think the endpoint management would kill me if I did that. I'm meant to be non-biased now, you know, that's my role.
Yeah, well, tell them to
no
make a major. LuCbyali. Tip of the spear here as PANIX is under threat.
I don't think you want an AWP in this fight, Mike. This is going to get scary.
Not ideal. PANIX will hit the first. Had to do so. He's somehow away unpunished, and now QB keeps him clear outside of A main, so huge missed opportunity, and now PANIX can just swing. And I mean, this is disastrous. They had so many chances to kill PANIX there, and just no one seemed to want to take the swing.
Story of this T-side, really, isn't it? Feels like on the brink of a great opportunity. Haven't been able to capitalize. Sangal starting to show some of their old form in this map. I mean, QB's been monstrous in this map so far, and I think Soulfly was having a bit of a poor start in the first half. He's come into his form too. PANIX, of course, in the last few rounds has some money shots. Aims to hit for Sangal, and I'm wondering, Mike, where's Snacks? He's the man we look towards.
He is indeed. It's been blitz to step up for them in this map. LuCbyali even had some moments. You're right, snack spot on the board, not ideal. And we expect big things from the man. Here's Snacks. In towards Jaguar. If he comes around this corner, there's a few friends who would like to meet him. I'm not talking about his teammate.
I'm keeping an eye on this HE for Soulfly because this could wreak havoc.
God. You're right. You're absolutely right. Molotov as well. I mean, they're not going to be able to test it with the low HP players, right? You can just really shut down this push, and that's exactly what they've done. Pressure on a PANIX, had to withdraw to avoid the molly. Now Soulfly drops, so this winds up working out. His own molly was way too shallow. Allowed them right at B main, allowed them right in the firing lines. Not quite sure what the thinking was on that, but the bomb is going to go down.
Oh, they've done it.
Sangal's
wow.
pulling the ripcord.
Yeah, I think the main takeaway I think from that round is PANIX and Soulfly were not on the same page about how to fight the site, were they? Because Soulfly uses all his utility, he smokes out in front of that corner. You can see on the X on the minimap where he died. He smoked out in front of there and tried to play around it, but PANIX was giving space. And they had so much utility, they could have mollied behind the pillar, perhaps. He could have, of course, that HE could have been damaging if he got that off onto ramp at the right time. But Sangal never let themselves have a chance at a retake because Soulfly wanted to fight, PANIX didn't, and you can see the result. As soon as they lose that first player, decision's made for them. They're just going to save.
So what's the adjustment in this one? Maybe a little bit more of an aggressive look towards B, so they don't have to be thinking about that, about where the fight lines come in.
Possibly. I think the main thing is to have that conversation and say, let's not do this again.
Stack.
Ooh, this could be some aggression. 4 players.
Oh, those nades! Oh, Friend, mortar shot! Ugh! Can't capitalize, really. I mean, Friend happy to trade himself out as a low HP player in that instance. Set up the 1-for-1. ScrunK's aggressive. So this was the adjustment. They've gone hyper aggressive on it, but they still lost Cave. Although Sound maybe a bit over ambitious in his peak, gives himself up to PANIX. Now you do have LuCbyali working out as the lurk on A, but one of these guys outside of B main is going to need to get this bomb and get out of here if LuCbyali's position is going to matter at all.
Just keep an eye on
That's
Kory.
exactly what's happening
Keep an
now.
eye on Kory because Kory has the juggle mid as well. And LuCbyali does make it into Temple. Sangal are making no real plans to move here on B. ScrunK is pushed back through Jag, and I think he's going to catch plays. That's really unfortunate.
The timing on this is brutal. ScrunK's just looking to see if he can get any more. No, he can't, but he will take that kill. So it all becomes about Byali, right? Byali, it's almost like he's taking it too far, where he's like, I could flank B, and that caused, I think, a moment of indecision where they gave that look back in a cave to see if the opportunity existed. Byali, now position revealed. Sets them into a bit of a panics. But that likewise means they know the bomb's not being protected. Snacks is alone, and now he's gone. So it's all on Byali. And they can threaten, they can push, they can fight through. There's nothing to hide Byali's intentions, his position revealed, and his life forfeit.
It's unfortunate. I'm not sure Byali could have done anything else. I don't know. I think he did his best. He did his best. Snacks just wasn't ready for the player to be in donut. And on we go. 4 map points for Sangal. Here's their map pick. Has to be said. But given how LuCbyali start this map, yeah, we're feeling a little bit bitter. They can at least make this a tad closer. Buy here is good. Orp on friend. Good amount of utility. But of course, all these gun rounds have favored tank on the end. So see if LuCbyali have anything left in the tank, or those ingredients ran out at this point.
Deep mid control. That's a pick and a half for PANIX. Piran down from window. Now they know the threat's here. Blitz is stuck. It's like, okay, how do we want to fight this? Yeah, no Blitz is up, but ScrunK does. Distraction of the AWP. The trade is there, but still. Bomb now confirmed. PANIX with a rare miss. Soulfly right there to correct the mistake. And that's going to be it. PANIX even sending his teammates skyward to celebrate the first map win of the series.
That nade, I can't get over that. That was amazing.
That's actually PANIX right started off the map with a TK with the AWP, your call, and he ends it with an 8 TK.